Hey guys, PepperAmmy here. This week I am finally back making cooking videos again. The plane has landed and I am back in Denmark. And this week we are starting the year off with something healthy and something that can have beneficial effects and are cheaper to make than store-bought. And you can customize the flavors, and that is Apple Cider Vinegar Gummies. Now, this is a 2-in-1 video. I'll show you how to make these with gelatin and a vegan version using Agar Agar. I'm also using apple cider vinegar that has the mother in it, which means it is more of a cloudy one than filtered apple cider vinegar, and the mother is said to have more benefits in it as well. Now for the gelatin version, you want to combine 60 ml or a quarter cup of water, 3 tablespoons of gelatin powder, and you want to place that in a bowl and let bloom. This basically just hydrates your gelatin. Then add in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or a mixture of lemon and lime, or even a dash of ginger juice for a fiery apple and ginger flavor with the added health benefits of ginger. Next, heat 120 ml or half a cup of water, or apple juice if you prefer a sweeter jelly, and half a cup of apple cider vinegar until simmering but not boiling. Now, this is where I messed up my cups because it's been a while and I haven't been cooking too much over the past couple of weeks, and I used full cups instead of half cups, which meant that I ended up with some very strong acidic gummies, but they still set fine. Just perhaps a bit less firm, but more on that later on. Next, you want to pour your warm apple mix over the probably now set gelatin and stir to melt. Now you should have a semi-thick liquid. Divide this between your molds of choice or pour it into a large plastic pot and let set to one side to cool. Now, I did just add some green colouring to my gelatin batch just so I can tell the large batches apart. As for the smaller ones, I can tell by shape and apparently texture. Now for your Agar Agar gummies, to activate your Agar Agar, that's a fun word to say, you need to heat it. So you want to combine 3 tablespoons of the powder with 60 ml of water or a quarter cup of water, and 120 ml or half a cup of apple juice, and then heat until thickened and smooth. Then you want to pour in your 120 ml or half cup of apple cider vinegar. Now once again, I messed up the measurements on the gelatin version, so I replicated the mistake, and this is actually where I realized I made the mistake, because I went to grab the half cup and realized the full cup was wet. So I just used the same measurements for this one. And then additionally, you want to pour in your 2 tablespoons of lemon, lime or ginger juice, stir to combine, add in 3 tablespoons of honey, mix it until uniform, divide between the 3 molds, or once again make a large batch in a tub. Now I can already tell with the agar ones that these are going to be more firm, as in a fairly short time after putting them into the molds, the little spilled drops have already set without being chilled. Now you just want to set these in the fridge or somewhere nice and cool for around 45 minutes to an hour to let everything firm up nicely. Now once set, it's time to mess with my autofocus as I use my backlighting and demold. Now this is the fun part. The gelatin gummies were more like, well, jelly. Now chances are this is my bad for using the wrong measurements by adding a whole extra cup or 240 ml of liquids, and this made it really hard to demold and cut. But the Agar Agar really set up nice and firm, and honestly my first time using this for gummies, I think this makes a much better choice, but more testing may be needed in the future as, well, I did mess up the measurements anyway, but I'm actually really surprised at how well the Agar set up. Now unfortunately, as I added double the vinegar as I was supposed to, these came out really acidic and quite hard to eat, but still a little bit sweeter and easier than necking a tablespoon of just pure apple cider vinegar. But you do kind of have the thing where you have to chew it, Whereas at least with a vinegar you can mix it in with something or just neck it and swallow it and then rinse it down. Whereas this, you've kind of got to chew the acidic flavour and it lingers in your mouth for a bit longer. Now, apple cider vinegar gummies are something I've not personally ever tried, but while I was over in the UK, my nan was talking about how she does apple cider vinegar, so I thought I would give the gummies a go and see how they turn out. But anyway, that wraps up this week's video. If you like what you saw, let me know down below with a like and a comment. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe for free weekly cooking content, where I do occasionally get the recipes right. Now, if you do make your own gummies, let me know down below. I'd love to hear your recipes and see what sort of measurements and gelatin ratios you use. And I will see you all again next week. Thanks for watching.